Hello, folks, and welcome to the Counting Sheep podcast. This is episode 59. My name is Ruth, and I'm coming to you from a very snowy Vermont in the United States. And I am welcoming you all to my podcast. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for joining me. And if you've been with me for a while, welcome back. This is a podcast where I share a lot of what I'm making, usually in crocheting, knitting, spinning. I get up to other little bits and bobs, but mostly it's my yarn craft that I tend to show here. This is the Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend here in the States. If you celebrate, I hope you had a really nice Thanksgiving. We had a very nice Thanksgiving here. Very quiet, just my husband and myself, and of course all of the animals on the farm. So like I said, it's snowing now. It's very pretty. I love kind of the first few snowfalls of the year. They just kind of blanket everything in a nice crisp whiteness and wonder. So hopefully I'll get some footage for that for the beginning of the podcast for you, or the end, depending on which way I put where I put the segments. So where to find me? I am Rabbit Lady on Ravelry, and I'm also Counting Sheep at Sunrise Hill on Instagram and Threads, and then Just Counting Sheep on Facebook. So that's my kind of social places to find me. I do try to keep up my project pages on Ravelry, so if you like to follow all the makes that I have, that's where to find them. So what I'm wearing, this is a finished object really from the last podcast. I had it on the blocking board. I think I did put a picture up of it, but it doesn't do it justice when it's just on the blocking board. So here it is on my person. I will take it off just to show you what it looks like. This is the Yellowfin bandana, and I got this kit while I was in San Diego from the Apricot Yarn Shop. This is a yarn by Kelborn Woolens. It's a linen and cotton blend called, let me see, I have the ball band here, Mojave. Sorry, I'm just going to shut this light off behind me. I just noticed there was quite a glare. There we go. So yeah, this is Mojave. And so it is, to be specific, a 60% cotton, 40% linen. I just love that, the picture of the kind of rock and tree kind of reminds me of the Southwest. So this was a kit that I got from Apricot Yarns, which is a yarn store in San Diego. And this is, it's by Sarah Heckman, who, thank you, the listener who, or the watcher who commented and said this was your local yarn shop. Good for you. And that Sarah Heckman is the owner, and she designed this scarf. So yeah, and I made this while I was out, for the week in California, and then I came home and blocked it, but it wasn't quite finished the last time I podcasted. So here it is, and yeah, this is a fast make. So if you need something for the holidays, here it is. So yeah, I'm gonna put this back on. So yeah, this is the electric blue colorway from that yarn, and I think it suits me. I like the blues and the greens right now. So that's what I'm wearing. I am coming on today especially because this is the day before December starts, and this is November 30th. And I wanted to make sure I told everybody that I'm doing Vlogmas this year. I have done it for the past couple of years. And if you don't know, my Vlogmases tend to be kind of low key. I take some footage from around the farm usually, or if I'm out and about doing some kind of holiday thing, I will take footage of that. But usually I only put up about a 5-minute segment every day. Usually, that's about a little snippet of time, that everybody kind of can grab here and there during the holidays. It's enough for me to do for sure every day. And so, and you'll probably see some projects that I'm working on. Sometimes I'll point the camera in my kitchen so you can see what I'm doing there. And also, I will open Advents. So this year, I treated myself to 2 different Advents. The first one being Twice Sheared Sheep. So let me just show you this big box. So here it is. This is the Twice Sheared Sheep box. And if you don't know, this is a woman-run business. And the ladies make tools for knitters and crocheters. So every day you can expect some kind of treat for the knitter or crocheter in this box. So yeah, go check their website out. They have a lot of really cool and useful tools. And yeah, I'm looking forward to opening this every day. It's pretty hefty, so there's probably some really cool stuff in here. I know there's some really cool stuff in here. So yeah, join me, and the reveal will be every day until, usually Advents go until December 24th, and that's pretty much where I peter out with Vlogmas. So I wish everybody Merry Christmas, but usually the week between Christmas and New Year's is dedicated to visiting family for us anyway. So it gets kind of hard to keep vlogging over that time. And then the second Advent that I treated myself to this is my second time doing this Advent. These are 2 sisters that live in New Jersey, and they call themselves Toad Hollow, and they are yarn dyers. And so I went with their fingering weight. They have 2 Advents, fingering weight and DK, and then you could also opt to get one of their hand-sewn bags. I just opted for the fingering weight Advent, and so every day you open up a fingering weight mini. Yeah, so, and their theme this year, I think that this is what really grabbed me, is the national parks. You may or may not know that my husband and I really adore the national parks. Anytime we can get to see one when we're out and about on another trip, like we did with San Diego, we went to Joshua Tree National Park while we were out there, and luckily they had not closed that park due to the shutdown, so we were able to really enjoy that. And you probably saw pictures of that from my trip on the last podcast. But anyway, yeah, so this is a yarny Advent, whereas the Twice Sheared Sheep is more of a tools type of Advent for makers. So this is going to segue into the next thing I wanted to talk about, is that what am I going to do with all that yarn? If you joined me last year for Vlogmas, you know that I had an Advent from the Unique Sheep, who is a hand dyer from Florida. And I managed to use all the minis in her Advent, and I made a shawl. And this shawl is called the Granny Stripe Shawl. And this is by Moanne over at Crochet Object Knitting. She has crocheting and knitting in her name. But anyway, I had started, let's see, yeah. You start here, And what's nice about this shawl is it's got some unique shaping in it so that it really sits on your shoulders very nicely. But yeah, as you can see, Laura over at the Unique Sheep really does a nice gradient. So every little mini that you open kind of follows very nicely. So yeah, and so once I got to the 24th, I really had a nice finished shawl. I have more grandiose plans this year, as you can imagine. Since I did a shawl last year, I was looking for a project to do with the minis that would incorporate each of them. And while I was searching Ravelry, I found that I already owned a pattern that I was attracted to. So that's usually how that goes, right? But anyway, I decided that I'm going to probably put some things on hold so that I can do this project. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is a designer that I've made other things, other of her designs. And I may have shown this pattern up here already. This is by Lola Bjorn. And her real name, oh gosh, her first name is Tatiana, but her last name, I'm gonna butcher it, so I'm just not going to, I'm not going to try to attempt that. But anyway, I wanna show you this. This is the Lola Cardigan. Her business name, of course, is Lola Bjorn, and I'll put it on the screen. But as you can see, this is a top-down yoke-type sweater using color work. And texture as well. This one is a little scaled down. I wanted to show you the one that really inspired me because I think the minis will lend themselves well to this. So, so I printed this out on my printer. It may not be a really good photo of it, but there's, as you can see, a boatload of colors in this version of the cardigan. So it's no wonder that this grabbed me twice. I bought the pattern initially and then kind of just, you know, set it aside. But now I think I'm ready to tackle this. Also, what's working with me is that I have this huge skein of fingering weight yarn that was hand dyed by a hand dyer in Arizona that I picked up last year when I was out west. And this one is called Delicious Yarns 4 Peaks. There is 800 yards in this skein. Now I have it divided up in 3 different cakes because the yardage was at 800. It was a lot. But this is a 75% superwash merino, 15% nylon, and 10% tencel. Hand dyed in Arizona. So there's that yarn label. I purchased this at Sedona Knitwits, and they are, I believe, are in Cottonwood, Arizona. Cottonwood Canyon, that area. So I did start, as you can see, in the top here, there's a lot of work just in that plain color. And there's also short rows. So, without giving away the secret sauce. So I just wanted to show you what I've started so far so that when I open the first box tomorrow, I can wind it up and start right in with the color work. So here is the start of this top-down cardigan, this Lola cardigan. I really love this yarn. It's got a nice variegation to it, you know, like a tonal variegation to it. It's very subtle, but it's beautiful. Yeah, so I think this is going to present a lot of design opportunities for me in terms of placement of color and how much yardage I have and that sort. I did do the math between the 800 yards I have here and the yardage from the Advent. I should have enough yarn to finish this cardigan. So I'm really excited about that. I wanted to share that with you. And so if it suits your fancy, you can watch me and watch my progress. And fingers crossed, I'll be able to accomplish what I set out to do. but it'll be interesting just to try, right? That's how I look at it. But anyway, that's the Lola Cardigan. Once again, that is Tatiana, the designer in the picture. She has a lot of other great designs to check out, so I encourage you to go on over to Ravelry and check her out. Because I'm going to be doing that, I am going to put this other project that I showed you on hold. This is the Sandra cardigan. Just so you know, I haven't forgotten about it, but I'm going to put this one on hold because I can't crochet 2 sweaters at the same time. That would be really a lot of crocheting, and I think my hands would probably protest. So I have been making some slow progress on my other whip, my other crochet whip, which is the Stem and Petal Shawl. So here is that. I think I put 7 rows on since last we spoke. But this is something I keep beside me pretty much all the time, and it's an easy grab and go project as well. So, and I have it in this little chicken bag of mine. So if I'm going out to the library for a volunteer stint, I just grab this and I take it with me so that I can put a few more rows on that. So yeah, that's a Stem Petal Shawl. It's by Valerie Marino. This is Cozy Colorworks fingering, and I'm using an F hook for that. All right, I think that's it for the crochet. So in knitting, I wanted to show you something that's almost done. All done. The knitting part is all done, and it just needs to be finished. But I thought I'd show you anyway because this thing's cute. You knew I was working on Gnoel. This is one of the patterns from Sarah Shira. She's otherwise known as Imagine Landscapes, and she makes really great gnome patterns. She has her own book out, so I'll leave that for your exploration. But anyway, this is how far I've gotten with his body. So I completed the body, got him stuffed, and now it's just a matter of, I've knitted the arms and the mittens and the thumb. I've knitted his beard. I've knitted his nose. Whoops. His nose. And then also his little, these are little baubles that go on the side of his hat like this. So I've knitted those as well and stuffed them. So I just need to get some sewing done, that's all. And it won't be a lot of sewing for sure. These little parts and pieces just kind of go on very quickly in her patterns. But just to give you an idea, you know, his little beard here, I always gets tucked up, it seems, underneath the little hat brim, you know, and then the nose goes on. But like I said, probably half an hour's worth of work here. And once again, you'll probably see him featured finished on Vlogmas because I only have a little bit to go on him, and he should be done. So the next thing I wanted to show you is my progress on my Nordic Bloom vest. If you've been here, oh, by the way, I didn't mention on Gnoel, I'm using this yarn, JC Rennie, several different shades of it. I love their little yarn label too, so I didn't want to let that pass by. It's a nice yarn to be working with. So Nordic Bloom, this is the vest that's on the cover of Nordic Knits by Lina Magazines. So as you can see, it's a colorwork vest, but it's done in kind of a Aran weight yarn. This one is done in Rama Vams yarn, and I am doing mine in my farm yarn. So this is Fergus. He was one of our weathered males, Shetland, pure Shetland. He's no longer with us. And then these 2 yarns that I have here are from Palos Yarn Company. So this is their Aran weight yarn. And I'm using the these two colors, these two yellows, concurrently. So I'm switching them off so I get a nice kind of tonal variation in the color work. So I'm really enjoying this. I put quite a few rows on. As you can see, I'm up to the flower on this. And yeah, it's done in the round. I've got a steek going up the front here. This is my steek here. This between the two markers. So when I'm done, that'll get cut up the center, and then those little pieces will fold back, and I'll have an opening in the front. The Nordic Bloom vest is a V-neck vest, so I think I might just alter that a little bit and make it into kind of a regular round neck. But stay tuned. I'm going to be using some pointers from another pattern that I mentioned before, the Calades vest, which is comes in a round yoke version, and probably use the shaping from that vest. So kind of a Frankenstein type of project, but yeah. So also with this pattern, she has you stop actually. Right after the color work is done, you start shaping for the underarms. So, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I may just add some more length to the pattern in the regular main color yarn. But yeah, stay tuned for that. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch. So I can't wait for that to be something that I can wear every day. Yeah, so Nordic Bloom vest. I have no spinning on this time around, but I just wanted to kind of hop on and do kind of a little short video here, short podcast, just kind of informing you about Vlogmas if you'd like to join me, and also you know, kind of watch along and see what I'm up to in December. So so I wish you good crafting. I will be back for another podcast in December before Christmas, hopefully, and then hopefully another one at the end of December. Yeah, next time is number 60. I can't believe I've done this almost 60 times. It's been a great ride, though. I love it. I love your email. I love your messages. I love interacting with you. So if you could just kind of give me a thumbs up, and if you want, comment, tell me what you're working on. And it all helps that algorithm, apparently, which I know nothing about. I just know other vloggers and other podcast people say it helps. So, but yeah, so come and join me for Vlogmas if you like, and keep crafting and stay well, and I will see you soon. Take care now.